Now, your KRS6 weather forecast.
All right, one more look out in the Snoopy cam. Looking to the west-northwest across Laguna Madre. It's crystalline clear, glassy out there, and beautiful visibility. You can see all the way to downtown, even all the way across to Ingleside. So great morning out there, at least along our area. Further inland, different story. If you're going to the coastal waters today, sunny, breezy, mid-70s, southeast 10 to 20 knots. Slightly choppy bays, 3 to 5 foot seas, and unfortunately a high rip current risk today and tonight, dropping off to moderate tomorrow. That rip current risk being high is caused by that storm system in the northern Gulf of Mexico, and that's a real problem for them. Not so much here, we just need to be aware of that. Temperatures right now in the 50s over most of the state, and 50s over most of our area. 60s along the immediate coastline here, and look at these visibilities. A quarter mile or less, it's cratered in Beeville, zero visibility there, and a quarter mile or less over this large area of real estate in the inland areas. That gets better very quickly, so by 9 a.m. the fog is dissipated, and that's because the wind starts mixing out and picking up, and that starts elevating and mixing out the fog. So that's going to be much better situation by late this morning. Now tomorrow you don't get that fog developing because the wind really doesn't lay down as much, and then you get a strong southerly wind, and that sends our temperatures up even a little bit higher than today. We're looking at lower to middle 80s today. Breezy, sunny, just gorgeous out there. Overnight tonight, it'll be, well, partly cloudy, mild, with temperatures about 8 degrees or 9 degrees milder than what we've seen today, because those winds are going to stay up. And then on your Friday, check it out. Mostly cloudy, sure, but middle to upper 80s in the inland areas, 70s along the coastline. Now, when did we get rain? Well, it'll be a few days yet. The system hasn't made its way in here. This frontal system will come in here, but it doesn't have any upper air support to produce rainfall here. You do see some rain develop to our north and east, but we'll have to wait for our second system to develop and move into the Intermountain West to start pulling moisture northward. And by Wednesday and Wednesday night, you start to see significant amounts of rain around here, but that's a long ways out. Now, how much rain? Well, it's modest at first, maybe a stray shower with Saturday night, but then areas of showers and thunderstorms move in Wednesday and Wednesday night to give us a much better opportunity for rain. Walking the dog today, well, you're going to see 60s and 70s by midday, looking very nice out there for any old dog that you'll love to take out there. Maybe your cat, you might like that too. 69 to 70 degrees overnight tonight, mid 80s tomorrow, and nearly 90 Saturday. Look at this. Better chance of rain comes up next Wednesday, so it's looking pretty good out there, guys.
Thank you so much, Bill. Overall, inflation is easing. In 4 minutes, a look at the numbers and what experts say will happen now.
Plus, in 3 minutes, a look at some of your top stories of the day, including what a new report is saying about the person who leaked documents containing government secrets, what is happening today to the second Tennessee lawmaker ousted from office, and the reason former President Donald Trump is back in New York. First, a look at what's ahead on the Today Show.
Coming up on Today, an eye-opening Consumer Confidential. Canceling some of your monthly subscriptions can save you money, but doing it can be nearly impossible. Lucky for us, Vicki Wynn found apps to help. She'll share everything she knows later on Today.
Welcome back. Your first top story. A new report is revealing details about the person who leaked documents containing government secrets. According to the Washington Post, the man behind the leak worked on a military base and shared top secret documents in an online group. The Pentagon says it hasn't been able to determine who leaked those documents.
The second Tennessee lawmaker ousted from the State House of Representatives is expected to be sworn back in today. The Shelby County Commission voted unanimously to reinstate Justin Pearson. Wednesday, Pearson, along with fellow Democrat Justin Jones, were expelled last week for leading a gun control protest on the House floor.
Former President Donald Trump is back in New York this morning preparing to give a second deposition in a civil fraud lawsuit. Trump and his 3 adult children are accused of misleading banks about the values of their business to receive favorable loans and tax benefits. The first time he was deposed in the past, he invoked his Fifth Amendment right. One new report shows inflation is slowing down, but high prices continue to strain Americans' budgets. Naomi Ruckham reports.
For the first time in 2.5 years, prices at the grocery store went down. The tiny 0.3% drop from February to March is a sign inflation is moving in the right direction. Used car prices have fallen 9 months in a row, and the cost of rent is stabilizing. Overall, inflation rose 5% in March, the lowest annual increase in nearly 2 years, and way down from the more than 9% jump last summer.
This is a good report. I mean, we are seeing the pace of inflation start to decelerate.
The trend can't come fast enough for families struggling with rising prices. Many food pantries, including this one in St. Joseph, Missouri, are seeing higher demand.
It's the cost of just keeping the staples on the table that is, I believe, driving people to look for their local food pantry.
The Federal Reserve has been raising interest rates to bring inflation down.
The Fed has already increased interest rates by almost 500 basis points, almost 5% in just about a year.
CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the board now has to decide if another boost is needed.
I think the Fed is going to have a difficult decision. Prices are coming down already. They don't want to slow things down too much.
Slowing the economy too much could lead to a recession. The Fed will make its decision on rates next month. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News, New York.
Well, Amazon is taking new measures to try to get customers to return fewer orders.
Yeah, the company says it will start charging customers a $1 fee if they return items to a UPS store when there is a Whole Foods, Amazon Fresh grocery store, or Kohl's closer to their delivery address. The company also recently started flagging frequently returned products on its website, allowing customers to pause before buying the item. And there's a new streaming kid on the block, sort of. It's called Max, and at its core, it's actually the rebranding of the existing HBO Max, but it also adds content from HBO's new parent company, Warner Media. It will offer content from properties including HBO, HDTV, Food Network, Cartoon Network, and TLC. It is scheduled to maintain HBO Max's current price point of $15.99 per month and launches on May 23rd.
And the rebranded Max streaming service will include a Harry Potter TV series. How do you feel about that? It's described as a faithful retelling of the books about the boy wizard, featuring a new cast. Each season is intended to focus on one of the 7 books, though Max says it anticipates stretching the series to a decade-long run.
Hey, one more look at traffic and out across the JFK Causeway. It's looking pretty good out there. Sun is rising beautifully. What a gorgeous scene out there. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at your traffic patterns. Yeah, that widespread fog is an issue all the way from Beeville southward into deep South Texas and the inland areas. As you saw, visibility down near 0 in many of those locales, so be aware of that. But not around Corpus Christi, inbound across the Harbor Bridge and the downtown area. Nothing shaken there. You do see a little bit of a slowdown from time to time, Galahad towards Everhart. Right now it's looking good. And the inbound going into the base, also not bad. A little bit of slowness there, but nothing unusual for this time of the day. Well, this is your drive times. Everything is looking up to speed as of right now, guys.
At 6:54, look at what's trending, from Tupperware troubles to a fright.